A very warm evening to all of you. My name is Gayatri. I'm Program Director in Multi Arts. Actually, sorry, my cam is not working. Sorry for that. Very warm evening to you. Multi Arts is a private limited company, as you know. But as we want to give something to society, we started this outreach program. Actually, as a part of this, on Saturdays we are giving sessions by experts in different fields like parenting and communication skills, which are previously we have done. Like this, we have one more guest today. She is HR by profession, but she is a nature lover and believes in one life mantra and positive influencer, loves to follow fashion trends and believes in a healthy mind, healthy body concept, passionate about art and cookery and life as such, someone for whom her work is passion and love his family. And she is none other than Krupa ma'am. Hi Krupa, welcome to Multi Arts and give your valuable words to the people. Thank you.
Hi Gayatri, thank you for that intro. And hi everyone, a very good evening. How are you all doing? If it's possible, can you turn on your camera so that I can see you or we can see each other and interact? Hemlata, Lakshmi, Shiva is what I see are the participants. Gayatri, did you mute them by any chance? Will they be able to speak and interact during the session?
Yeah, they can unmute themselves and they can talk, no problem. They have that.
Okay. So, hi Hemlata.
Hi, ma'am.
How are you?
Fine, ma'am. How about you?
I am doing awesome.
Nice to meet you, ma'am, today.
Same here. I'm excited to meet all of you. I thought there will be few more people, but never mind. I mean, even one person is there. I would have spoken what I wanted to speak.
Yes.
So, Hemlata, what do you do? Are you studying? Are you working? Can I know a little more about you?
Yes, present I am a homemaker, ma'am. Previous days I had a teaching experience on computer skills.
Great. So, where did you teach?
In Guntur itself. I'm from Guntur, Andhra Pradesh.
Okay. So, you're logging in from there now.
Yes.
Awesome.
Here, some problem is there, ma'am, regarding webcam. So that's why I can't switch on my video.
Okay.
And that too, my mobile charging also over. That's why the special reason.
No problem, no problem. Understandable. But it would have been really nice if I can see you all because see, you're able to see me, but I'm not able to see you. Not fair, no? All right. Hi, Lakshmi. Lakshmi Jaju. Lakshmi, can you unmute and speak up? Hello. Okay, I'm just sensing there must be some issue at Lakshmi's end. She's not able to speak up. So no worries. Let's move on to Shiva. Hi, Shiva.
Ask them to chat and otherwise no problem.
Sorry. No, I just want to listen to them. I just want to listen to them before we actually start off with the topic and I give my gyan to them. I just want to understand their background. Shiva, you're able to hear me? Shiva, you're on mute. Can you unmute yourself and say hi? Don't want to speak? Guys, the session is all about speaking up. So if you're not saying hi, hello, how do we proceed? We're all in the learning curve, so I don't think you'll have to worry about anything. Just say hi, hello, and speak up. Oh, so okay, I'm not sure why Lakshmi and Shiva are not speaking up. There's another window, but Ru is what I see the name as. Oh, he left. Okay, so can we go ahead? At least I would want you to ping in the chat and say yes or no, without which I won't be able to proceed. Shiva and Lakshmi, at least if you're not okay to speak, can you open the chat window and ping saying yes, we can start, or no, we can't start? Oh, Shiva is very, how would I say? Someone who uses words very less. For yes also, he said S alphabet. Okay. So Veena, is there anyone else who would be joining Gayatri before I start off? Should we wait or should I proceed?
Actually, sometimes some network problem issues there left and come. No problem. You start your session. No problem. You carry on.
Okay. Lakshmi? Yes, no. What is it? Okay, so I understand that speak up session is very, very important to all of you because none of you are speaking up. Okay, may I know who's joined now? 80113, 80113. Hey, hi. May I know your name? All right, folks, so there is no response. I really don't know what to say because only when you respond, it will be a interactive session. Otherwise, it's like, you know, I would be going on and on talking about the topic that I have at hand, and I will not understand whether you're following what I'm trying to say or whether you're getting the message, what we are trying to convey through this meeting. Hi, Saeed. Okay, any which ways, I will start off because I'm all set and prepared for the session. So I have a PPT with me, a pretty colorful one, because I don't want my audience to be bored. So now that all of you are here, I will give a quick intro about myself and then move on. So as Gayatri introduced, my name is Krupa. I am HR professional. HR is my profession by nature, and so is it my passion as well. About me, I love nature. I love making friends. I'm a happy-go-lucky person. I love challenges in life. I don't like life to be smooth sailing. I love challenges because I think when we come across challenges in life, that is where our actual capability of handling life and, you know, difficult situations in life comes to the front. And I'm someone who really loves fashion. I myself love to be fashionable and I follow the fashion trends. And I love my family. So I've been married for 12 years and I have one boy who's 11 years old and another kid who is 1.5 years old. And I love cooking. So I can really cook up some very nice dishes. If chicken is your favorite, I can make all kind of Indian varieties of chicken and I won't take much time. So I'll just make it in a jiffy. And I'm extremely good at baking cakes. So Anyone wants to, maybe I should give you this offer. So if you're speaking up in the session, maybe I'll send a cake to your house. Just kidding. All right. So that's about me. In fact, if you guys wanted to speak up, I wanted to understand from each one of you as well to what educational background you belong to, and what are your areas of interest, and why you are a part of this session, so that I could modulate my session based on your need. But now that maybe I'm just sensing all of you not comfortable speaking up, I'm just hoping at least by this end of the session, because the topic itself is speak up, at least by that time you'll be comfortable to say a few words, right? So let me share my screen and share my presentation. Right. So I'm just trying to click on the slideshow. Okay. So are you able to see my screen? Gayatri or Veena, you can confirm as well on behalf of...
Yeah, it is visible.
Okay. So speak up. Why should one speak up? And why are we even talking about speak up? It's very natural, right? So from the time a child is born, I think slowly a child will pick up the nuances of a language, the way their uh, parents are speaking, the way the other people are speaking, and kind of try to imitate them and start speaking. And that is how all of us learn how to speak. And as we grow up as adults, I think it's a very, very natural phenomenon that all of us speak. So why a special topic called as speak up? Why can't it be anything else? Yeah, because there are two things to speaking. One is speaking out, the other is speaking up. Speaking out is, like I said, very natural. So at least for our needs, if not for anything else, at least for our needs, we kind of speak out. Say there's a mobile line there, and I have my husband walking that way. So I, instead of me going to the mobile and picking it up, I can ask him. I can speak out and say, "Hey, can you give my mobile to me?" Right? That is speaking out. But speaking up comes in a situation where you are challenged, where your intelligence is questioned, and sometimes, as an individual, you're cornered in a group or by a person. And then when people try to prove what you're not, in those kind of situations, you have to stand up for yourself and speak for yourself. That is called as speaking up. So I hope you have understood why are we talking about speaking up. Because there will be many situations in our life, many kind of challenges that we face, wherein when we are supposed to speak up, we do not speak up. Why don't we speak up? Because we are scared, or we have certain fear in our hearts that, okay, if I speak up, the other person might judge me, or maybe my communication is not good. Maybe I'm not using very fancy words like the person opposite to me, so I don't want to speak, or I'm not confident about myself, so I'm allowing other people to make fun of me, to pass weird comments about me. And though it hurts me, I'm not able to speak out because something within me keeps stopping me. And the major factor for it is fear. So, to speak out, like we not naturally do in our house, with our family, with our friends, hey, how are you, what you're doing, and all that, it is very natural. But to speak up, you would need courage. So today we will learn, what are those things that are stopping us from speaking out. And if we really are in a situation if wherein we are supposed to speak out, what is it that we can do to be able to speak out and sorry, to not speak out, to speak up for ourselves. The slide says here, because speaking up requires courage. It's not easy. But is it impossible? It is not impossible. It is possible. So in case I have audience who are willing to speak or who are willing to, talk and interact during the session, I want to ask you, how many of you have faced a situation in life wherein you are not comfortable, right, speaking up? Because maybe take up a situation where, someone was trying to insult you. You're feeling very bad within. You want to give an answer, back answer to the person saying, hey, you know what, just stop doing that. It is not me. You have no right to say this to me. But then you did not speak up for whatsoever reason, because you're scared, because you're not confident, right? So maybe I'll go to the audience and, pause for a minute and ask you, I see 7 audience, including Gayatri. You can also, talk about this. So did any of you out of the 7 people in the session face a situation in your life wherein you had to speak up, but you did not speak up because you were not comfortable speaking up? And this time is for all of you. Think back, right from your childhood till now. I'm sure all of us face it in our life. Someone must have made fun about you. Someone might have tried to show you down. Someone might have pulled you down. Someone might have made a nasty comment about your physical appearance. Or someone would have talked or joked about your intelligence, saying, you're a good for nothing person. Or someone, would have bullied you for whatsoever reasons. So think about it right from your childhood till now. If you have faced any such situation, if you have, then what did you do about it? Were you able to speak up? Yes or no? If you were not able to speak up, why were you not able to speak up? What is it that held you back from voicing it out, from asking the other person to shut and then proving your point? I'm just trying to look at the participant list. Hemlata?
Yes, ma'am.
Hemlata, did you face any such situation wherein, you were cornered?
Yes, ma'am, it happens, but I don't want to, sorry to say, I don't want to express it. I want to forget
See, I
always,
don't
ma'am.
expect.
I want to forget always.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm not asking you to share the story of what happened.
Okay,
But
okay.
in that situation, while you were facing that situation, were you in a position to speak up for yourself and give it back to the other person, or no?
Yes, ma'am. I give it back to other person because of getting frustration and all. No, that's why I want to overcome. Usually, I prefer my mother to say all these.
Okay.
First
Okay. So
preference is
what
my mother.
stops you from?
Sorry.
Okay. No, no. What I'm asking is, in such situation, if you are not able to speak up, what stopped you from speaking up? Is it fear? Is it feeling shy? Is it not being comfortable, or not being aware of what you would want to speak? What is it?
Yes, yes,
Because I just
yes.
wanted to listen.
Let me say one word about this, ma'am. In the typical
Yeah.
situations, I don't want to give a chance to the people to listen my words because they don't have patience to listen words. That's why I don't want to give my time to them also. That is my personal feeling. Okay.
So you just don't care. It is like, you know, whatever you want to
It's
do, go
not
ahead. I'll
don't
go.
care, ma'am, because I don't want to give my time to them.
Perfect. I so love it. That's
Thank you
amazing.
very much.
Really, you should be like that. I mean, you should have that self-respect. But trust me, for me also, right? Just because we're talking about this, I also face a lot of situations in life, maybe as a child, as I was growing up, as a teenager, wherein I could not speak up. You know, once there was a situation, I was the target for a group of people. They were sitting far from me while in college, and they were making some comments about me. I could hear that, and from their body language, I could sense that they were talking about me. But at that point of time, I was still very young and I didn't know how to handle the situation. I could have given it back, but then I had fear, so I couldn't speak up. So today I regret. Why am I not like what I am today at that point of time? If I were like what I'm today, I would have given back left, right, and center to all the people who made fun of me. But that time, that situation, I was not well equipped. So, what stopped me was fear. So, those things I want to understand. Shiva, did you face any such situation? Okay, Shiva doesn't want to talk. Oh, we will see who else are there in the participants. Saeed? Hi, Saeed. Saeed, do you want to share any of your experiences? Okay, no. Sushma?
Yeah, very good evening. Yes,
Yes,
everyone, every woman definitely face this situation in maybe some other point, as well as in the family or in the society or everywhere.
right.
Every woman will face this situation. Exactly what Lata said. We can't. Why should we give our valuable time to that useless people at that point?
Yeah.
So yeah, I too faced in my college days as well as in my family life, and especially in the relatives. They target us like they form a group like as if they are the queens like that. At the point of time, we would like to talk, but they'll drag us as a family situation or no support. We can't talk at that time.
Yeah.
I too faced a lot. Still, I am facing sometimes also. Even I have day to talk, but at that situation, I can't handle that point of time. How to handle that situation?
Yeah. That's
I'm
why you are in
coming
this
home and
friendship.
I'll discuss with my son. I could have talked like that. While you're talking here, why can't you talk there, ma? You can talk there. He is advising me that you talk, ma. If you talk,
Exactly. That's so
you come to
smart
know
of
that.
him. That's so smart of him. What's his age?
He's just 13.
Wow. And look at the courage that, you know, this generation has. I
Yeah,
think the
exactly.
speaking up session is more for our generation rather than the, the next generation, because even I have a kid who is 11 years old. So I keep getting so many advices from him, and I'm like, okay, why am I not able to think like that? Why I'm not able to act like that? Right. So from what you said, Shushma, I am giving it one word, because of emotions, because of, you know, family constraints and family emotions. You don't want to mess up the situation, and that's why you haven't given it back to them.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Okay, that is for you. And for Lata, it is like, you know, why should I spare my valuable time?
Yes.
Yeah, for me, very frankly, it was fear. And I think for majority of people, all right, if you are in a situation like this and you're not able to confront, mostly it is either because you're scared or because you're not confident enough to confront someone. Thank you for participating. So let's move on to the next slide. Anyone else would like to share their side of the story before I move on? So here in these pictures, you can see I have put up these pictures. One is, this one is being scared. I'm scared that people will further make fun of me if I am, confronting them. And this second picture, the girl walking in green, she's feeling very shy. She's someone, who cannot open up and express. So she just kept quiet. And the third one is confused. She herself doesn't know, whether she is right or not, or if she has to take an approach, what is the approach that she has to take. And the fourth one is thinking about others. Okay, if I say this, this person will think that I'm dumb. This person will think that I know nothing. And the other person will assume something else. So she's scared of being judged. So she's not speaking. And the person who is sitting and cutting the tree, so he's might have faced a situation in life where people thought he was dumb, so he doesn't want to speak. And this first boy who's looking in the mirror, he's not confident, so he did not speak up. So each one of us might have faced any of these situations: fear, shy, lack of confidence, fear of being judged, because of which we are not able to speak up. But can that continue for a lifetime? I don't think it shouldn't. So let's see what's there in the next slide for us. Okay, so you were silent when you're being ridiculed, when you're made fun of, right? You are silent. So did you regret your own silence? Sometimes what happens is, like Lata said, right? I don't want to spare my time for them. And then you don't respond, you don't retaliate, you don't question. In such situations, what happens is, because we are silent, the other party, I mean, whoever is trying to target you, will misunderstand your silence. Or, if someone is saying, hey, you know what, this Krupa is so dumb, and I'm not going back to them and saying, hey, dare you, don't call me dumb, and I'm keeping quiet. So silence is also an answer in many of the situations. So many a times when you're supposed to give back or retaliate, and when you're not doing that, you're making the other person believe what they're saying. So if someone is saying I'm dumb and I'm not giving it back to them saying, hey, don't you dare, then because I'm keeping silent, it means that I'm accepting that I'm dumb. And also, the other person would want to interpret your silence based on his comfort. That's the reason you should not be silent. That's the reason you should learn to speak up. And that's the reason you should learn to give it back. But then speaking up is an art. So while we slide through the PPT, we will see how we can learn that art. So what should we do? Sit and worry that, okay, they are making fun of me. It's okay, let them make fun of me. I really don't care. Or I'm very scared, so I will never come out of my fear and continue to be silent. Or I'm too shy to say something and I don't want to grow out of my shyness and continue to be shy throughout my life. No, you have to speak up. All of us, when we are being cornered, when we are being targeted for wrong reasons, and when we are being bullied, let's have the courage to speak up. Let us speak up and be heard. Let us speak up and express ourselves. You have something to say? Please go ahead and say. Don't be silent and don't become a victim for bullying. Shall I move ahead, or anyone have to share anything here? Hope all of you are following what we are discussing, because I didn't actually wanted it to be a monologue wherein I keep on speaking and the audience and put the audience to sleep. But unfortunately, not many of you are speaking up. Nevertheless, I at least hope you are able to get the message what we are trying to convey. So we are seeing, right from the beginning, speak up, speak up, speak up. So how does speaking up help us? speaking up will help people understand you. So many times we are under this assumption that, okay, anyways, this person has been seeing me for last 2 to 3 years, so he should be knowing me. Not necessarily, because people can't read minds. They can't read the other person completely. Everyone will have their own work, their own life, so it is not their job to sit and read you. So how will the other person understand you? When you speak up, right? So there are certain situations wherein you disagree to certain things. There is a very nice example on this slide, right? If you're not speaking up, people will take you for granted. They will take advantage of your silence. If you're not showing your disagreement, they will never understand what is your likes, what are your dislikes. For example, your friends are planning to go out for a movie and you're not just not interested in that movie. It is not just your types, but then you're not able to express or go back to them and say, hey, you know what, let us go and watch something else, because I'm really not interested, this is not what I like. If you're not able to say that, then you're forced to be a part of it. You're forced and you're taken to that movie wherein you spend money, you spend your time, and then you're just not interested. You just sit there just because initially you didn't have the courage to tell your friends a no. So a saying a no, how do you say it? By speaking up. If you don't say no, if you don't say what's in your mind, if you don't speak up, the other person will not understand you. Only when you speak up, the people around you will understand what is your personality, what are your likes, what are your dislikes, when do you get irritated, when do you get agitated, okay, what do you enjoy. All that the other party will know only when you speak up. So the first thing is, when you speak up, it will help the people around you understand you much, much better. And when that happens, life will be a lot simpler. Let's move on. How does it help further? Speaking up will help you build your confidence. Many a times, though not many of you have expressed in this group, many a times we are not able to speak up for ourselves because we are not confident enough. You're always scared. You will think that, okay, if I speak up, if I utter few words, if I'm going to say something, this person will judge me. This person will think, oh, okay, so maybe Krupa doesn't have a brain. She just utters whatever she says. Or someone might think, oh, I thought she was very intelligent. Only when she opened her mouth, I realized how dumb she is. Right? So this is all the other people are not saying. We are thinking that they might say, because we lack confidence and because of which we are not speaking up. So see the damage that we are doing to ourselves. So speaking up is required when some other person is trying to bully you. But even before they bully you, you yourself are thinking that, okay, because he might assume about me as so and so, I cannot speak up. How sad it is. How low you're putting yourself, right? So when you speak up, what happens? You will build confidence. How? You will know how the other person is perceiving you. You will know how the other person is actually understanding you, right? And you will yourself wonder, okay, do I have this capability of speaking up? I never thought I would speak up so well. So sometimes when you're triggered to speak, you should speak up. Otherwise, there are certain things which are hidden. Our talents, certain capabilities within us, they are very much hidden. So we don't know we have that talent. When will we know? Only when we face a challenging situation in life and we choose to stand up for ourselves. So speaking up will help you, will help others understand you. It will build confidence in you, and it will give you a chance to learn or unlearn something. So what happens when you interact with other people, when you are, sitting like that and chit-chatting with your friends or a group of people, you will understand a lot of things from others' perspective. So for you, you might be thinking only in this direction, like this. But when you're opening up, when you're speaking up, when you're involving into conversations with different people, your way of thinking will broaden up. So you will know what this person, how this person perceives the situation. You will know how this person perceives the situation. And then your point is when you speak up, you give a chance to yourself to learn certain new things and to unlearn. Learning is always emphasized upon in our life. Right from the time we are students, or right from the time we are toddlers, children, our parents try to teach us a lot of things. Our grandparents, our relatives, our siblings, and we keep learning, right? But there is something as profound as learning, which is unlearning, right? There are situations in life wherein you need to unlearn certain things and learn new things so that your life will be more enriched. I'm not able to think of any example right now, but when you get time, please do Google and check about learning and unlearning. Unlearning is also as important as learning, because until and unless you unlearn your old ways, not that all old ways are bad, but we always talk about technological advancement and all that, right? If you don't unlearn certain things and you don't relearn new things, then you will be far behind in the race. You will not progress. You will not move towards advancement. So as much as learning is important, unlearning is also important in your life. So how does speaking up help? Because you kind of interact with so many people, you kind of get into a conversation with so many people, so you learn certain things and then you realize, oh, you know what, I have been so slow, so I don't know that I can use this feature in my mobile to get a thing done faster. So you will unlearn what is your current habit and you'll learn something which is more advanced. So you save on time and you're also progressing. I hope you got it. I just put a little more effort to explain that to you. And what else speaking up helps in? It helps in giving others a peace of your mind. Sushma, this is what we were talking about, right? You so feel
Yeah,
like giving
right.
your peace of mind. It is not P-E-A-C, it is not Shanti. It is, pick up a piece of my mind and put it into your brain and say, you know what, you're wrong. You know what, you mind your business. You know what, you don't have to sit and judge me. I'm good enough to handle my life. I'm good enough to manage my things, right? So when you are able to speak up, it will give that caution to the other person. Okay, I cannot mess up with Sushma, because if I'm trying to mess up just for my fun or my entertainment, Sushma is not going to keep quiet. She's just going to, bang in my face, right? And once, you don't have to send this message time and again. Once you send this message, it is done. People would think twice to bother you, right? And just because we are talking about it, don't go and get into a physical fight with others when they bully you. Use your mind and give a piece of your mind. Smart, right? So let's move on. So Gayatri, do I have time, or am I taking too much of time?
No. You can take your own time. No problem. Yeah.
So this speak now or forever hold your peace. I'm not sure how many of you have been to Christian weddings, the weddings that happen in churches. So what they do is the priest, whoever is getting the bride and the bridegroom married, he will call upon the congregation, I mean, whoever are the audience sitting there, as a last declaration before the guy puts the ring onto the bride. The priest would call upon the congregation and ask them, are you okay for this both people to get married? Or anyone sitting among you have anything to say or anything to prove that these people should not get married? So this is a open call out in every Christian wedding where the priest calls out on the audience and say, and the final word that the priest utters is, speak now or forever hold your peace. So it is like, this is the last chance. If you feel that this bride and this bridegroom is not supposed to marry each other, they're not supposed to wed each other, you have to tell it right now. If you're not telling now, you can never say it again. And then that's it. So most of the marriages, no one will come back and say, you don't see that movie scene saying, stop it, this marriage cannot happen and all that. But maybe because of some societal situations that would have popped up long back, this is followed as a culture, right? So is this applicable in our lives as well? Sometimes life will give you only one single chance. You won't get a second chance to prove about you, to prove what you are to the other group, to the world, or to someone who's trying to corner you. So it is speak now or forever hold your peace. If you're not proving yourself right now, you cannot prove it ever. So it is not like every situation is like that, but in some situations, maybe for example, you can take an interview. You know, you're attending an interview, and only when you clear that interview, you will go to the next level. So the interviewer is, maybe trying to test your intelligence, trying to test your patience, or trying to test your attitude. Maybe the interviewer is putting you on a spot and, trying to say that you're no good, or, you don't meet their requirements, or you don't have that capability to get into their company. So that opportunity you will get only once to prove the interviewer wrong, because you don't keep bumping into the interviewer time and again. No? Only once you will go to that company for one interview. If you're clearing, well and good, you will move to the next round, and you will keep going to that company until you get an offer. But otherwise, if you're getting rejected in your interview and you leave the interview with a mark that proving whatever the interviewer said, that you're no good for the company, then you will not get second chance. So situations like that, wherein you will not get a second chance to prove yourself, take that situation in your stride, stand up and speak up for yourself. I would want to give an example here. So before we move, to the next slide. So I faced a situation in my life when an interviewer, because we are talking about interview, this struck me. An interviewer told on my face that I'm not good for his requirement. And the way he said was very, very shrewd. So he was extremely rude, no basic manners of speaking to a women colleague. So I was with one of the MNCs, and then I was trying to move internally from one project to another, and I had to give interview to the next project manager. So maybe that person was not in a good mood or whatever, or he was too haughty, too proud of himself, or very arrogant as a personality. When I went to his room to give an interview, I said, excuse me, because that is how we say in Getten. He looked at me like this, and again he started working on his laptop. For a second, I did not understand what's going wrong, because anywhere you go and say, excuse me, the other person will say, hey, yeah, come in, right? But I was not greeted. So how long will I stand at the door? Right? I also have some self-respect. So I didn't stand at the door. I walked inside, and then I again looked at him. He's observing me, but he's acting as if he's too busy in his laptop. So I just pulled a chair, I sat down, I put my bag beside, and I was just sitting for him to ask me questions regarding the interview. Some 5 minutes passed and he was not saying, uttering a word. He was acting as if he's too busy. He was typing on his laptop. So I said, excuse me, so here we are for interview. So you have any questions to ask? Then immediately he was like, his body language changed and he was so furious. And he looked at me like this and he said, so you tell me, you have come for the interview. What is it that you want to say? I said, you called me for the interview. You wanted to speak to me. So I'm waiting for you to ask me questions. So he looked at me and said, you know what? You're not suitable for the requirement that I have. You look like this. He made this action literally. I'm showing you that. I'm sitting on the other end in the interviewee's chair. He's the interviewer and he's making an action on my face and saying, you look like this. You look very tired. You look as if you do not have any energy. And the role that I have is for engineering freshers who will come to the organization. So this is like a very fancy role wherein whoever I take in this role would be the representative of this MNC. They will introduce this MNC to the engineering grads. And I don't think looking at you, you would meet the criteria. So let me tell you, at that point of time, it was a time when I had my first baby. So I'm not sure how many of you in this group are married and have babies. So when you have a baby, I think the first 1 year is really crazy for you as a mother to adjust and for the baby to adjust in the world. So most of the time, whatever you hear from new mothers is that I don't have sleep, I don't have rest. So I was in that phase and I really did not have sleep for almost 1.5 years because my baby was an early born baby. I had my own challenges and I did not rest well. So it showed on my face. It appeared that I'm really tired, I'm weak. But then in an interview, in the position of an interviewer, it is so very wrong on your part to insult someone like that, especially making a comment on the physical appearance and say that, you're not fit for this. Because I did not go for a modeling assignment or for an entry into Bollywood or Tollywood to completely measure me based on my appearance, right? So I was taken aback for a moment. I felt really, really sad, down. Tears were welling up in my eyes. Come on, girls, yeah, so sensitive. And it was some, 10 years back, right? So he just said that, and then again he started working on his laptop. I just gathered courage. I just swallowed my tears, and I said, hey, you know what you said is right. I might be looking tired. I might be looking weak. I might be looking sleepless. You're absolutely right because I don't have sleep for last 1.5 years. I was trying to bring my underweight early born child to a normal life. So I have to dedicate my sleep. So I hardly sleep 2 hours in a day. So obviously it is seen on my face. But just because I don't appear very attractive to you, it does not mean I don't have the skills for your assignment. Then I think he felt guilty for a moment, or I don't know what that emotion is. Immediately he left his laptop and then he leaned in the front and he said, you know what? I think you have great communication skills and I think you're really, really matured. But I think somehow you're not suitable for this position. However, you go back home, think in the night whether you want to take up this position, and morning call me up and tell me. So the reason why I'm giving you this example is I could have just cried, felt very bad, and felt myself as a very unattractive woman, not meeting the requirements of a corporate. I could have cried, uh, developed low self-esteem, and I could have gone back quietly. But something within me triggered. I didn't want to be quiet. So when I responded him, I spoke up. When I spoke up, I was not rude. I was just stern. I was still very soft. My voice and my body language was very soft, but my message to him was strong. So next day I called him. I said, you know what? I would want to take up this role. And he's like, I don't think you would fit for this role. I don't know. Maybe you're taking a very hasty decision. I said, no, no, no. I think I'm absolutely fit for this role because I have, gone through the JD. And then he's given me a chance. Today, both of us are very good friends. But that instance in my life has changed me forever and got the best in me. I never knew what all I was capable as an individual to handle, to face, to speak up, to retaliate. And I really thank God. That day, as I was walking out of the interview room, I was crying. Literally, tears were rolling down my eyes as I was looking for an auto to go back home. And I was questioning God. Why, God? Why are you putting me in such a situation? First of all, my child is in a tough situation and I'm struggling as a mother to get him back to normal. And now I face such humiliation and such insult, that too by a male colleague who has, mocked me on my appearance. Why are you putting me through this? That day I questioned God. And today I'm so happy because God has his own ways to prepare us to face the challenges that life could throw at us. Right? Today, I'm really glad that situation occurred. Someone insulted me and someone triggered that fire in me that I have to be my best. And today, I'm what I am because of that situation. Right? So, all the story what I'm telling you is you need to speak up. If that day I wouldn't have spoken up, I wouldn't have taken up that role and I wouldn't have gathered all the skills that I have gathered. And trust me, I wouldn't be speaking to you all today. I would have been a very shy, timid, fearful girl. But today I'm totally different, and thanks to that situation. Right? So I think I'm going on and on. I'm not sure if you're able to follow, you're listening. Lata, Sushma, you have to say something before we move ahead.
Nothing else.
Okay. So I see Raju joined, Nagasandhya joined, Nandakishore, and someone from Redmi Mobile joined. So it's showing as Redmi. So welcome on. I'm not sure. I was in the flow. I didn't see when you all joined in. So I hope you're following what we are discussing. So let's move on to the next slide. So now, until now, we have seen if we are able to speak up, how is it going to benefit us, right? And the last thing is when you stand up for yourself and when you speak up for yourself, you will inspire others. Inspiring others is a pretty big thing. I mean, how does it sound to you? For me, if I feel or if I get the feel that I'm able to inspire others, it is a real great feel because you're doing a benefit to others by inspiring them in the right way. So stand up and speak up. I really like these two quotes, so I just put it up here. It's better to speak your mind than to silently resent, right? Because even if you're silently resenting or speaking up, it's the same thing. But when you're speaking up, you are conveying your point of view to the other person so that the other person will get his or her message and they would think twice before trying to corner you the next time. And if you are avoiding conflict just to keep the peace, so if you're thinking, okay, now this person had said something really bad about me, if I'm going back and if I'm questioning that person, I'm unnecessarily creating a mess. So it's better for me to keep quiet. But then what happens? Even when you're quiet on the front, within, in your heart, you will create a war because somewhere what the other person has told you would hurt you. It would stay here, it would stay in your heart, and you won't be at rest, you won't be at peace. So, whenever it is the time to speak up, please stand up for yourself and speak up for yourself. So, speaking up for ourselves, is that all the time enough? Sometimes maybe we are on the other side of it. So till now we spoke about not being able to speak up. So how can we develop that skill, and how speaking up helps us? But sometimes we are so much all by ourselves, right? In a group, maybe you're so dominant, you're speaking all the time, and you're not allowing the other people to speak up. So please keep that in mind. Just because you have to speak out, just because you have to speak up, if you're continuously doing that, maybe you're not allowing the other people to be participative. You're not giving a chance to the other people to speak up. So always keep that in mind. Be supportive. If you feel that in a group, anyone is not able to speak up, anyone is not able to stand up for themselves, not express their point of views, you be a support system to them. By giving a moral support or giving inputs or helping them out to sail through the situation. Yeah, but don't squash into their joy. We need to take care of that as well. So the pictures also say the same thing. So help other people scale up. Support people who are in need of help to express themselves, to speak up, who need support. So now that we know speaking up helps, how can we help ourselves speak up, right? So like in the beginning, the very first slide I told you, speaking up is an art. It is not natural. You have to make it a part of your attitude so that it becomes a part of your personality. So how do you get anything into you that you think is not existing without you? What we have been learning right from childhood: practice, 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 right? Practice all the time to speak up. While in a group, don't stay mum. Don't stay to a corner and think that, okay, they are all good at speaking, let them speak. I will just be the listener. No, speak up, try. Learn to express your views in a way that other people will understand. And how can you express your views? How can you learn to do that? When you have good listening skills. So communication is not all the time about speaking, speaking, speaking. Communication is so much about listening, because when you listen correctly, when you listen intently, when you listen purposefully, you will be able to speak up really well. When I say speak up really well, it is not about using fancy words. It is not about using, very big dictionary words or the kind of verbiage that you see in the newspapers. It is all about being able to convey the message in the simplest way to the other person. As simple as it is, for which you don't really need a fancy English, you don't need a fake accent, you don't need that yo-yo body language. All that is not required. Just whatever is in your brain in a very simple way, convey it to the others. Right? So you need to practice to speak up. You need to be prepared. So after this session, go back and just make a note from your childhood till now. What are those situations that have challenged you? Who are those people, or what kind of situations you have faced wherein you were cornered, you were made fun of, you were ridiculed, or people did not give any weightage to your presence? You were just there, right? And then those situations, while you were supposed to speak up, you are not able to speak up. So jot down all those points. Okay, while I was in 6th standard, this group of people were making fun of me, but I did not retaliate. Why? Because I was shy. While I was in college, my teacher said I'm good for nothing, but I didn't prove her wrong. Why? Because I did not have confidence. So jot down all these points from your childhood till now. That will help you to be prepared. Okay, so what are my weaknesses? Fear of failure, fear of being judged, lack of confidence, feeling shy, or whatever, right? And then when you have those weaknesses, you should create a plan of action to overcome those weaknesses. So how do I overcome those weaknesses? Today we are so lucky, we have so much content. Whatever you want, it is right there on Google. So one, by researching and by learning. Second, by identifying a mentor or a tutor who can guide you right in life. When I say a mentor and a tutor, he need not have that tag, R Krupa Deepika, mentor. No. It can be your own brother, it can be your mother, it can be your friend, it can be a colleague, it can be your neighbor, it can be your own children, right? Identify those mentors in your life who can guide you, who can give you that knowledge, who can help open up those windows of wisdom, right? Wherein you can prepare yourself to open up and speak up, right? So when you have all these three things in place, practice, preparedness, and plan of action, you're all set there to speak up. Right, so I think and I hope you have followed what we have discussed. So can we open up the floor for some questions? Speak up. Now you all need to speak up because you were a part of this session, and I continuously went on and on and on for last 1 hour. So at least now, if as audience you're not speaking up, then I doubt whether I have done a good job or not. Shiva, you're my target for today. Speak up.
Actually, they have some network problem. They message me.
Okay. Raju. Hi, Raju. How can everyone have network problem? This is bad. So, Nandakishore, are you there?
నేను కొంచెం దూరంగానే ఉన్నా ఇప్పుడు కుదరట్లేదు అసలు.
Okay. Sushma and Lata are my only two.
Nandakishore raised his hand. You can unmute yourself and talk. Nandakishore.
Nandakishore, how did you like the session? Hey, I see that you have raised your hand. Would you mind unmuting yourself and talking up or speaking up?
Excuse me, Krupa. Please close the screen. I mean, stop share the screen.
Oh, okay. All right. Which screen should I close? Stop share. Okay.
Yeah, fine.
Cool. So Nandakishore, are you typing something? Okay, Shiva is saying hi, here some network issue. Saeed, I can't hear. Oh my God, Saeed, you were not able to hear. I'm feeling so sad now. I went on and on for 1 hour.
We are hearing no problem, but some problem with his device, I think.
Okay. So who's saying my parents didn't send to hostel at that time? I felt
in my childhood, I mean in my intermediate stage.
Okay.
I got the seat, but they didn't send me. At that time, I felt very bad actually.
So did you speak up? I don't think you spoke up, right? Today's session is so good, very positive. Thank you, Raju. Interesting throughout. Thank you, Nandakishore. So do I have to think that, all of you are not able to talk because of network issue?
Yeah, hi, Krupa.
Hi, Veena.
It was a great session. I'm just remembering those days when you just took our first induction class for freshers.
Yeah.
I'm just opening my mouth and seeing you just like that. So it was a great session. Some people are out maybe. They just joined because they are really interested. And I have a question.
Yeah, Veena, go ahead.
So the question is, if the person has courage to speak, let's say a student has courage to speak, but they have fear to communicate in specific language called English like that. So is there any tip that you want to give for the students?
That's a good question now, Veena, because many times, we think good communication is good English. So let us be very clear. Communication and English are two different aspects. Okay. English is only a medium to communicate. So it can be Hindi, it can be Telugu, it can be written, it can be typed, right? So just because I don't know a fancy English, just because I don't, speak like a newsreader out there, it doesn't mean I cannot bring my point of view, right? English is a common language for us, but it is not our mother tongue, right? We have many other languages within India, which many of us follow, right? So go ahead and make it a point in your mother tongue. Your body language will convey so much. Your body language, your facial expressions, your eyes, your smile, or the anger on your face will always convey to the other person, whether you're being positive, whether you're being very serious, whether you're being angry, whether you're giving them a warning, or whether you're appreciating them, right? So even though you don't know a very fancy English, it is perfectly fine. Use the most simplest form of expressing. Just go ahead and say, I don't appreciate what you said. This all of us can say, right? Yeah. And let your facial expressions do the rest of the job. And obviously, when you're happy, your body language changes. When you're angry, your body language changes, right? That is very natural. We don't have to really bother about it. Tell in English, don't do it next time. And then explain the situation in Telugu, the other person, because it is psychological. When someone is bullying you, when someone is troubling you, they know. Their conscience knows, their heart knows that they are wantedly trying to trouble you, right? So when you give those expressions and just utter one or two words, their guilt will pop up. They might not come back and say, hey, I'm so sorry I did this. But every human being conscience will pop up and say, hey, you know what? You triggered that person on a wrong side. You have done something wrong that you're not supposed to do. We are blessed by nature with that, right? So fancy English need not be required. Just convey it in the simplest way. Convey it in your mother tongue. Let your facial expressions and let your body language do the rest of the work.
Yeah, that's a great tip. Krupa, thank you.
Thank you, Veena. Anyone
so is
else?
there, yeah.
So the last exercise that I have given you, the 3 P's, right? Practicing. What's the other P? I'll show you the slide. The 3 P's, why I'm emphasizing on that is I want you to do this homework once you go back to your house. And you need to write back to Veena. Okay? Practice, be prepared, and make a plan of action. This plan of action and all the 3 P's, please jot down and write it back to Veena and say, this is my weakness and this is my plan of action. Basis which I will start speaking up, right? So Veena and I will have a feedback that, okay, we were able to convey our message to our audience. And if any other additional support is required in terms of, now that Veena asked one question, I answered. But while you're actually creating your plan of action, if you have few more questions, please feel free to reach out to Veena. Veena will share those thoughts with me. And I can take out some time and then, help you speak up, right? So please do it as an exercise, all 9 participants, and write back to Veena. Yeah, Veena, when they write back to you, please let me know. And if I can be of any help to them, I will be more than happy to do that.
Yeah, sure, Krupa. And it was a great chance, so you can write up and you can share all the details of yours so that she will really help you. She's a great person to do the help.
Thank you, Veena. That is so nice of you. All right, so I am done from my end speaking out, and I would hope you all would stand for yourself and speak up. Trust me, one last word. If you don't stand up for yourself, if you don't speak up for yourself, no one else will stand up for you. No one else will speak up for you, be it your husband, be it your brother, be it your mother, be it your father, be it your friend, colleague, or anyone on earth. If you have to help yourself, the help has to come from you, within you. So don't rely on others. You learn how to handle the situations, learn how to speak up and when to speak up. Wishing you all a very great life ahead. May all of you flourish, progress in your careers. Any point of time you need any help or any kind of suggestions from me, you can feel free to reach out to Veena, and Veena will pass it on to me, and I would be more than glad to help you out. If only that is helping you out to lead a better life. Thank you all.
So this thing will be available in YouTube as well. If you want to put any questions, if you're watching this as a recorded version, you can put your questions over there. And everyone is thanking you, Krupa, and thanks a lot for putting your time. I know how busy you are with your little kid, so it really means a lot to me. And it was a great session, very eye-opening factor, how to really, speak about ourselves when we really needed it. I hope everyone got a very good insight. So if you are feeling any questions, if you need any suggestions from Krupa, you can just reach me out as she told. And yeah, I'm very happy that you are being a part of Multi-Arts Target 100.
My pleasure, Veena. We have known each other and we bonded well because there were so many people in academy, despite which, only some people sail through your journey of life, and I'm glad you're one of them. I'm glad to be knowing you, keeping in touch with you, and to being associated with your institution. Nothing like it. I feel so proud that you're here and doing something on your own for the well-being of others and for contributing to the society. I feel super proud of you. God bless you.
Thank you, Krupa, and I would really thank Graphology here. That is the one thing which created a big bond.
Right.
Yeah.
Thanks to Graphology.
Yeah. So yeah, thanks a lot for our audience. I know you have your own time, but you just came here listening all these things. This thing was super success because of you. If you're watching this as a recording, please stay tuned for the Multi-Arts. If you need any questions, any suggestions, we are really here to help you out. Put everything in the comment box. So thank you. Thanks a lot, Krupa.
Thank you. My pleasure. All of you have a good day. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye all.